This is how pictures were taken 50 years ago. Then photography went digital. And former market giant Kodak lost its dominance. This is how phone calls were made 25 years ago. Then smartphones came along, and the former market giant Nokia lost its dominance. And now what's happening in the automotive industry? A car today is not the same as it was 10 years ago. Immaculate bodywork is still nice, but no longer as important. And a powerful combustion engine? It's no longer up to date, having been replaced by an electric motor. What's crucial now is how good is the battery? And that's where the problem lies.
Chinese battery makers combined, they have an overwhelming dominance of the global battery market, especially for the automotive industry. Scale is of massive importance in order to get the lowest possible prices, and this is a critical aspect for success of electric vehicles, lower their price to market.
This electric car from VW has won awards. The ID.7's battery can last over 700 kilometers on a single charge. But the entry price in Europe is 55,000 euros. Chinese electric cars could soon enter the European market at significantly lower price points. And conversely, VW already has a sales problem in China with its expensive models. There's also technological innovation. Cars are becoming rolling computers. The future is the SDV, the software-defined vehicle, which focuses on the car's electronic architecture.
Well, the software is already of dramatic importance, and this will only grow. This is something that can be compared to the transition from the mobile phone to the smartphone. The change in the automotive industry takes longer than in the mobile phone sector, but in the end, let's say the consequences are going to be very similar.
That means combustion engine manufacturers must now turn into IT companies. That's why VW has founded a software subsidiary. CARIAD has burned through a lot of money so far, but has yet to deliver. Even the Automotive Industry Supported Institute sees it that way.
It's clear that Volkswagen is a car company and not an IT company, and here you can see weaknesses and shortcomings. But on the other hand, there is also a lack of skilled workers. However, the SDV, the software-defined vehicle, is definitely recognized as the future.
VW has sought partners for its software. US electric car maker Rivian for the US market, and Xiaopeng for the Chinese market. However, observers see risks in this strategy.
At the moment, from the top 10 global car makers, more than half has already, let's say, acquired vehicle electronic platforms from Chinese OEMs. But the problem is that as you go down that path, let's say, either you manage to develop something better than the Chinese OEMs, or then you become technologically dependent from them.
So there are major risks for the future. And VW is already in a serious crisis. Workers are protesting, asking why shareholders received such large dividends this summer. Now they demand an extension of job guarantees and a 7% wage increase. VW faces severe internal conflicts and at the same time, complex reforms.
Overall, this corporation has grown, both organically and inorganically. When you have 9 brands, plus of course the respective financial services and the whole sales organization behind it globally since the 1950s, it's like a huge ship, a giant tanker.
And now, how long will it take to turn the giant ship around?
Corporate culture, which is like this invisible enemy, that it's a little bit like basically rowing against the tide. You move, but you move very slow and at great expense.
Can European car makers adapt quickly? Or do they face the fate of Kodak and Nokia? Not necessarily, says the observer, but they should be aware of the danger.
There's still perhaps too much thinking, we're very good, we're the best. And unfortunately, the balance of power is changing. So, and as I always say, the first step to solve the problem is to fully acknowledge the problem.
More than 680,000 people work for VW. Last year, the company sold over 9 million cars. That makes VW the second largest car maker in the world after Toyota.